So my project's a circuit simulator, which basically means that you can draw any arbitrary circuit and it'll be able to find the resistance, the voltage, and the current for any resistor and for the entire circuit. For example, if I create a simple small one like this, and I set the voltage there, then I can put in a resistor, shake the device, and then press down, and I can see what the resistor is at. So that's pretty cool. But right now, this would be pretty easy to do, even just in my head. So we can make it more complicated by creating a series circuit. You do the same thing, you shake it to solve, and then you keep going. So this makes it a little bit more complicated, but it still works pretty well. And you can still do it in your head pretty easily. But then where it gets a little bit, like where it gets more complicated in terms of solving it in your head, is when you have like several series in a row. And this is where the program kind of is pretty cool, because you can make an arbitrarily complicated circuit and the program will solve it every time. And so that's kind of an interesting feature. So you can create like layers of parallel and series circuits, creating and have any resistance or any voltage, and you just shake it and it automatically solves it for you. So basically what went into creating this was, there are two things. So first I had to come up with a model, a way to represent a circuit in terms of arrays, and break down something that's three-dimensional to something more two-dimensional. So what I did is basically any circuit can be represented as as a series of nested arrays, where you have each array has a different kind of attribute. So there are two different types of attributes. There is the parallel attribute and there's a series attribute. And so you can nest those, you can play around with those. So you could have several series nested inside of a parallel component. And with these two components, you can create any circuit and then solve it like that. And so that was one aspect of working on this project. But the other aspect was going from like a user input. So when the user draws their picture, going from that to this model. And that actually took up the majority of the time, because it was really difficult to go from any arbitrary drawing the user made. Like they could do all sorts of crazy, like it didn't need to be straight lines, it didn't need to be in any necessary order. And to go from that to my model that I had been able to solve earlier on.